Yes, indeed. We're ready with the game. Let's get live. Let's get into it here. MIBR on the T side, Renegades on the CT side. Jake here at the bomb site, looking for some sweet one-taps for the USPs. Not getting any, but the grenade is pretty good, landing on them. And now it's a full retake. They're planning way out of there, but that's a beautiful plant for a pistol round. That is going to give them a lot of options to work with, I think. Gratisfaction does go down, and now window room control, and even a stolen USP. Oh, and the smoke going down towards CT spawn. Oh, it actually fails a little bit. I think that was meant to block everything, and now instead, they can stream onto the bomb site, jumping past the first one. Taco in a little bit of trouble. He does recover and get a kill, but it's still a 3-on-3. And now a kit on Azza. Can they go for the defuse inside? He's already on top of it, shooting his teammates. In the meantime, he's defusing inside. They're out of time, and he's going to get the round. Renegades will pick it up. That is heartbreaking.
Yeah, you could see a little smile on JKS's face as well. I think he knows they got away with one. That was their only option, and MIBR played that perfectly up until that last second. That's so crushing. Even control of window room, which meant all 4 players from Renegades had to go from CT spawn. MIBR knew everything that was going on and just could not find that final kill. What a huge defuse inside the smoke. Now we've got the 2 Creeks, second round. Galil on Fur, Scout on Fallen. Ooh, and he takes a jump. Fallen doesn't shoot at it. Those 2 Kriegs on Taco and Lucas. Taco over in Palace, Lucas at top mid, all on his lonesome.
Renegades, not the best map on train, but you know, a bit of a break here, and then comedic defuse to start the whole thing with probably makes the team feel a bit better.
We've had some craziness in this series so far, despite the fact that it's been 2 blowouts. This is such a cool map to end it on as well. A big test for MIBR. Renegades super happy to play Mirage.
I think Maniac was even predicting, he was sort of saying that, you know, in his opinion, it wasn't going to be Renegades that were going to be worried about this third map. Like, I think, you know, I kind of agree. I think they are going to be feeling pretty good about this one. Not that MIBR necessarily are, but I just think if you have to, even losing that map, I think Renegades probably are going to go into this thinking, you know what, we're gonna come right back.
Fur's going to have to do this as a lurker. He cannot initiate the contact from Catwalk. There's only utility on 1 player. That's Taco, and he's in Palace. He can't even really put that into good use. It'll just be the Molotov underneath the balcony. There's a flashbang for Jungle to get them up. KNG going to lead the way. He does tag up JKS pretty low. Here comes the Molotov, but so many players have gone down in the meantime, and Fur going to hold on. Azza realizes he's in so much trouble on this flank. This is a big battle for this round. It's a 2-on-3, and Fur needs this quickly. 20 seconds on the clock, and finally the headshot comes in.
Yeah, that's a big double for Fur. Now they're going to be smoking off that position just in case, but both the remaining CT players are in spawn, and Taco, nice snipe. 10 seconds on the clock, and Fur has to make his way out of the bomb. 8 seconds now, and Gratisfaction, he's held in, he gets the kill, but the bomb will go down at the very least here. It's close, and Gratisfaction now, he's got the better weapon, he's got more health. Can he win this fight? He's edging, he's hoping that Fur's going to come look for him, but no such luck, and Fur's just backing off. He's saying, you know, I'm going to get into cover so I can play and maybe try and shoulder peek a little bit and find out where you are. And Gratisfaction, oh my god, that is godlike! I can't believe it, he swung, he was still running.
That's twice in 2 rounds that Renegades have gotten away with one. I cannot believe those shots landed. Fur is going to be so upset when he sees that replay.
I'm upset.
Holy hell. Why is he... There it is. There it is.
Come on, Just wait. Let's just, everyone calm down.
Oh, that's filthy. It's so filthy. He is just becoming like a comedic evil villain.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that hit. Tough round, tough pair of rounds for MIBR to drop. There's the pop flash coming in. Gratisfaction going to be forced off the angle. See the communication as well. Flashbang, and it looks like they want to pinch. They want to crunch this mid. Azza in ladder room, and they're going to play it a little bit safer. 2 players close up. Utility is going to be an issue for the Brazilian team, but they have these Kriegs. They peek into it. They have the confidence. They've spotted 2. Gratisfaction brought down low. And that flashbang comes over mid, but there's no follow-up peek.
They take down Gratisfaction for the start. Jacob playing here. Flash, Fur. That was himself. He's throwing it on himself. Didn't even do anything to Jacob, but it still worked in the sense that he got the kill. And now they're breaking it all apart here. They got the mid control. They got a 5-on-3. As long as they can avoid any kind of disaster, they should be in a good position. Fer gets taken out, and JK, I don't know. JK's in a position where he could actually do a lot.
They have the mid control and they have the man advantage and obviously a 5-on-3 at one point, but they don't really have the bomb in a position to take advantage of any of this. They're going to have to walk up mid. KNG can do a lot of good things. He hears the footsteps. That's a big kill towards Catwalk. That's also trying to get out of the window room. And now JKS is forced to move his position. Liaz is forced to go to the B bomb site, but he's getting flanked out this whole time, and that's going to be a disaster. It's going to strike so hard.
25 seconds, so I think they're going to be there in time to find Liaz. They got to be a bit careful. I mean, JKS is on the flank now, and he has to just run the whole way there. 19 seconds, and he wanted to know.
Well, he was spotted, I think, by KNG when he came over. I think he definitely saw that, or somebody might have seen the dot on the radar. I don't know if you might have seen it on the screen, but that's posted up for the van for that exact peak, and JKS becomes useless in this scenario. 1 versus 4. Just got to back away. And finally, MIBR, after 2 rounds loss, won a smoke defuse on the pistol in a 2 versus 1, and then the crazy running shot from Gratisfaction in the second round. MIBR put one on the board, and there's no money for the Renegade side.
Yeah, I mean, so for MIBR, again, persistence, just keeping it in there and making sure that that they don't give them any kind of breathing space, and it pays off early on, in fact. So 2-1, and Renegades are going to have this 1M4 going into the next round. They're probably going to be double ecoing. Maybe they just spy up behind this anyway. Yeah, going for it. Ooh, okay.
Ooh, that's a bit early. Oh, there's a contrast there. That's from the one-on-one victory.
I'm guessing so.
The celebration. All right, M4 on JKS's hands. They have no kits. They've got utility and upgraded pistols. Only Gratisfaction saving money for the AWP. See what JKS can do, and that's just a USP tagging up Taco through the smoke. This is all a play for the B bomb site. Liaz is about to get far more than he gambled for, and that's a nade coming out. More damage done onto him. The rotation is coming over. It's just Gratisfaction. The M4 is still not put into play. The M4 is still over at the A bomb site and not budging, but they are bringing as many pistols over here as possible.
Yes, couldn't really do much there.
Oh my god.
Flashbang might have been a bit too early anyway. I think the smoke was still up. Yeah, it's a good shot with the USP, but you have to think that it's not going to amount to that much. Jacob with a headshot. Azza has found his way into a smoke hiding, and Fer, I mean, he was kind of guessing that something might be up.
He knows.
Still the grenade, and Fer goes down, and oh no, Lucas is dropped next, and now it's a 1-on-2. I don't even know how this has happened. MIBR, it looked like they had everything they wanted to enter into this bomb site, but somehow they're a man down. And Fallen, he has the bomb. If he really wanted to, he could try and walk away and just try and see if he'd slink out of here, but that's not without a risk either. Spots out JKS shoulder there. And they gotta wait. Yeah, that's a nice double peek. All right, they do at the same time good coordination. I was gonna say, otherwise, you want him to try and go for that plant, right?
Well, that's so painful for MIBR. I cannot believe they lost that. They never fully got out into the bomb site. I think even Fer knew that Ozzo was inside the smoke, but he couldn't find the kill and couldn't communicate it fast enough over. What a weird start to this game this has been between these two teams. For Renegades to turn that round with upgraded pistols, excuse me, but just the M4 as well. It seemed like MIBR had all the advantages of that B bomb site.
It's just constantly back and forth, right? And it starts with a smoke diffuse into Gratisfaction actually just cheating, and then and then the madness continues.
Oh, let's hope it never stops. Oh, KNG. A little bit blind from Azzo's flashbang off Catwalk. Renegades being very aggressive, challenging over and over in middle. And look at the utility damage as well. This is tough. This buy is going to be so difficult. Yeah, you have the Kriegs, but there's no nades. Fallen has 1 smoke. And if Renegades just doesn't peek and fight, like what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you actually want that early battle here. Fallen, he got a chance, he goes down, and Jake with a nice spray. That'll follow up on Lucas, and remember, this is the last buy that MIBR had, so their chance to swing it back in their favor and have another upset, it's all gone. Jake with a triple, good play for the Norwegian player, and also they keep everyone alive.
Yeah, money flows real deep into their coffers. As with an SMG, might want to get aggressive this round, try and find some bonus money. You have to imagine Gratisfaction's going to want to get an AWP out as soon as possible. This is tough for MIBR, but as you said, a very good round for Jacob, fighting right above the smoke. Holding on a connector very well. Let's see if Renegades keeps up that pressure on mid from this defensive side. That's been very effective so far. Another flashbang. Jacob trying to tap away, sees the head of Lucas. And MIBR spread across the map with these deagles. Everyone looking for their own individual headshots.
Well, the Deagle is more of a solo man's type of weapon, isn't it? You know? Lone Ranger, with his deal.
Walter, Texas, or what is it, Walker, Texas Ranger?
Yeah, with Chuck Norris, man. That's been a little while. There's something funny about that.
How has Fallen gotten here? Nobody has seen him. Jacob is going to be so sad. Ooh, he lines it up. He takes his time. He sees one more on Catwalk. He's got to know one is in CT spawn. And now the pressure begins. Taco follows it up. What a stunning turn of events. And JKS has to play this passive for the moment. He's got to be so worried.
Long range for Azza there. He was ready for a follow-up in case someone was going to try and peek him. Bomb is not going down yet, and they don't have any smoke starting to cover anything, so, you know, it's a bit risky once you get to the bomb plant stage.
Critically, MIBR just can't really commit to anything. Again, like we've said a number of times, the lack of utility means they can't close the gap. The weaponry is so difficult for them to get beyond, and the one AK-47 they salvaged is dropped in window when Fur is boosted up. They thought it would be clear, and Lucas needs to find a way to plant this.
Yeah, I think he will. It's planted out in the open. That's not bad. Lias and Azza were checking out the B-bombs. I think they want to make sure now they fall back just as KNG is actually clearing it. So if the retake doesn't happen too quickly, KNG could be in there with a round-ending flank. Surely you have to expect, even long range with the Deagle, he might just be fine with that. Lias kind of looking for it, and that's important. Gonna go back KNG, shoulder peeking it a bit. There's a flashbang to try and buy some time, and now a smoke on the bomb again. We've seen this in the pistol round, and I'm sure MIBR would not like to repeat that. JKS gets a headshot on Fallen, and now Lucas, that Deagle is not great for shooting through the smoke, and he's going to be going down to JKS, and the bomb is defused again inside of the smoke, and JKS with a triple kill, and they'll live through the round.
That's a costly victory, though. MIBR is going to be so happy with that. It's not going to bother them whatsoever. That smoke diffuse this time is not that painful. They realize they've just taken 4 guns away, extra $800 for themselves. They've done a nice job. They've set themselves up nicely moving into the middle stages of this half.
And a bit of a timeout being called, I believe. So 5-1, no. You know what my favorite thing about Walker, Texas Rangers, like how there always had to be, for some reason, some sort of, like, you know, Native American element into it, like, you know, like he always had to, like, go, you know, find, like, the local tribe to, like, help to, you know, prevent an oil spill or something. It's like also very like,
that's Texas, man.
Seems like there was some kind of theme going through every episode.
It's biographical.
Well, there we go. 5-1, and the timeout is run out of time here. So MIBR, this is. It's right on the edge. It's grueling at this point, you know?
Yep.
They can bring themselves right back in the game. One victory.
This is the section of the half that feels very much like a grind to take that last bit of economy away. Flashbangs out towards top mid. That's a lot of utility from the MIBR side that's used. They had 4 players with full nades. Now they only have 1 smoke left. So they've done their best to take the information all towards mid just to set up this play on Palace, and it doesn't work. JKS inside the site. He gets the first, not the follow-up, but Jacob's still out here in the open. He's going to win that battle, even though he takes massive nade damage. And Azza's burning, and it's not prepared for the jump from Fallen. A good take. It's a 3-on-3, but the bomb's still not committed. Fallen is the only one here. KNG just now coming to cover with the AWP.
Still, I mean, apart from the fact that they only have 1 Molotov, MIBR could absolutely fight their way out. Lucas is ready and waiting for that flank. Even a second distraction, and he could run in behind and get some kills.
I don't know how they can get this bomb planted, though. With no utility, they don't have control of CT spawn. They don't have control of jungle or stairs. They're going to have to fight, and it can't be KNG. He can only cover with the op, so the bomb has got to do the dirty work, and that's a big risk. That's why, and the bomb drops in the worst possible spot. Now Lucas has to start moving from middle. He cannot just sit here and be a spectator any longer. He must get into play.
Slowly. Oh, no. And that play is caught way short early with that smoke going down. If he has to wait, it's going to be like 23 seconds when the smoke goes away, and then he has to try and, you know, find a couple of kills and get the bomb down without any interruption. And it's not like KNG can open the way for him. He's got 11 health and an AWP. Good kill for Lucas, but like, look at the clock again. It's 15 seconds. That Molotov Not quite far enough into the corner. Gratisfaction at least can stay safe. 10 seconds now, and they don't even have the bomb picked up. Yeah, he has to go right now. Oh, running headshot. Can he even get to the bomb site in time? Yes, he can. He goes straight for it, and it's a touchdown. Now it's Lias in a 1 versus 2, and he's going to get that shot, taking down KNG. Lucas falling back into it. MIBR, they've been in this situation so many times, even just in this one map. This time, they have to win it. And he's going to even go further. Lucas, I would say that's scary. He doesn't know if someone's tapped the bomb already, but he's just banking on the fact that no one will have. And he's been spotted. Lias making the jump across. Oh, and he has a smoke. Surely not a third time. Lias goes for an off position, defusing it, and he can't guess the angle. A third time, it's going to come through. Renegades torturing MIBR at this point.
Just barely. They're making this work. This has got to be so demoralizing. A round like that, the third one, and it was played so well again by MIBR. You can even understand KNG overexposed, but he had to be in that position to help protect for the plant. A nail-biting round to get that bomb down in time. This is so brutal. 6-1 lead, but still, it's on the edge, and this is a reversal of terrain. Remember, this is exactly what was going on to MIBR on defense on terrain. They were just right on the edge of being reset constantly, and Renegades find themselves in the same position now, except it's MIBR who can't finally complete the economic crash.
They keep getting bomb plants, and with the round loss bonus, they can just buy forever at that rate. You know, they can just keep going. But yeah, the fear all the time is what if you have a round that's not like that? What if they clean it up and stay alive with 3 or 4 members alive, and then you don't get the bomb plant and things start to spiral out of control? This is a crazy game to begin with. KNG, he sees it, he even tries to follow it up. He could be dead already, Lias.
Oh, the support from Catwalk, though, also slowed him down and off angle. He knows one's jumped a truck. He wants to tap away at Fallen. Molotov into his position. He's got to move. He's got to go out into the open, and he's gone. Gratisfaction missing a shot, but they've got 2 defenders here, and it's somehow working out. So much pressure's been applied. Liaz, he's finally going to go down, but I think he's done the work. And Fur's out of ammunition. It's getting crazy in the B bomb site, and Gratisfaction is going to deliver 1 more kill, and Fur somehow was alive the whole time, but no progress can be made.
I don't even know what happened. It looked like Renegades for the longest time could line up those kills. It looked like they had a long time where they had clear shots and no one was dying. And then, I don't know what to say. No bomb plant, Renegades win the round. MIB are definitely in some trouble now.
It's the speed of which the follow-up players get to that B site while they're still trying to clear out Aza towards Catwalk. And I mean, you have to say the big one is that was an opportunity. Liaz, after that first jump where he spots KNG, runs into the wall. That was a big opportunity. If KNG is able to hit that follow-up flick, it's all over. But eventually just too many players get here, and MIBR do not have the manpower to deal with that many bodies at the bomb site.
KNG, they were a quick, you know, sigh of frustration, but then right back with the high fives or the fist bumps, and into round number 9. Still with the AWP, still with a buy. It's getting slightly worse now, again, without the bomb plant and Gratisfaction sneaking in a kill on Lucas.
That's the thing, and the longer this goes without being able to reset the economy, the more comfortable Renegades is going to start feeling. And this is looking like it's going to be a much nicer cleanup. KNG responding with an op shot of his own, but now Jacob sliding into the open, and KNG never expects that. Nice shot from Gratisfaction again, and Fallen's going to go down one more time, 8-1. The timeout for MIBR does absolutely nothing, and this is scary. This is where it feels like MIBR is just slowly being pushed off the cliff, and the edge is getting closer and closer.
Did you see Gratisfaction trying to get that flick over towards apartments?
That was a bit of a dream. That was ambitious.
He's drinking his own Kool-Aid. You know, if you do it once, why not? Why not try to do it again? 8-1. Yeah, they are getting pushed off the cliff right now. 10th round here. No bomb plants for the last 2, and heavy damage on the Fallen. Taco has a Greek, she's got some Deagles in play, and yeah, you know, this is where Renegades suddenly have a moment to breathe. Their economy is really not amazing, but you know, it's better than what it has been.
No, but I mean, it's not like MIBR can continue to have something great to fight with. Gratisfaction might be lucky to be alive. Jacob goes down afterwards. They creep so far up Catwalk without Jacob knowing. But again, we've seen MIBR in this position where they've gotten map control, where they've got the player advantage, but they're not able to actually get anywhere to win the round. Azza, that's a big fight to win, to hold on to Catwalk. And now you've got JKS and Spawn almost able to double up onto Fallen. And he's just going to do it. He's going to deny the plant. And MIBR bleeding players now.
Molotov as well, just to buy him what yeah, Lucas could make, well, as a hold in the kitchen, so otherwise you could see Fur was starting to think about if he could make his escape out the ramp. Now it kind of doesn't matter. And now he's going to have to go for the fight here. Sees the top of someone's head. JKS will still take him down. A nice triple here for JKS. And a 9-1 lead. This is, yeah, I don't know. There are so many ifs, in these first 10 rounds. We say, well, what if?
Yeah, it was. I mean, the first 3 alone were 3 of them.
3 smoke diffusers.
And yeah, that's the crazy part. Really unfortunate. MIBR trying to talk through the situation. Looks like it might be focused on trying to get KNG with the AWP more involved. He's obviously seeing something he didn't like. 9-1 lead for Renegades.
Either seeing something he didn't like or
an idea, suggestion.
Yeah, because it's hard to know what they're saying exactly, but it just looked like Fallen was sort of nodding, like, that can happen, right? Like a single individual in the team can spot a pattern or a trend and say, hey, you know what? I've noticed that they're not doing this, or they're always doing this as a response. And if you're the in-game leader, that's great to get that input sometimes, right? If you run out of ideas and you're a little bit frustrated yourself, right? Maybe someone can just say, hey, let's try this thing. I think they're
or
doing that.
Open it up. And he's, open it up and say, where can you find a kill? Where can you post up? Nothing creative, just waiting for that peek in mid. That's not coming this round.
This, though, is a nice position to have. That can allow them to focus on mid and A.
Not even playing on Catwalk for the moment. Actually, Azza does the boosting up and rotates over towards the mortar hole where they have 3 players at the A bomb site. So obviously feeling like it's going to be some play towards the A bomb site.
Molotov there, but Gratisfaction is so far up. He's still pushing. He's checking the hole. He flashed himself in to check on that side now. So he's checked all the way down kitchen. He knows that no one's hiding close. And now he can just chill on that angle for a really long time. Yeah, I think the only danger right here is Catwalk. If somehow they just, intuited it and just went for it, that would be the only way to really explain it, wouldn't it?
Still very possible. Smoke denying information towards middle from the A bomb site. It's not going to be Catwalk. MIBR going to group up behind that smoke. Pop flash going to come in from KNG. How effective can this actually be? There's 3 defenders here. One of them is completely blind.
Molotov to the ramp where nobody's coming from. The rest pushing up through middle, and it's a huge success in the bomb site. Big triple opening. No reason to fight any further, really. The bomb is going to be going down. Even if Azza is low on health, just don't be overextending at this point. The timing is amazing, though, but still, got to be careful. Gratisfaction with the AWP, and they hear that shot ring out. And
he's got to try and get away. I thought KNG was going to run over to Catwalk to try and box him in, but MIBR cannot afford to chase. That was very effective. That was a well-run strategy for MIBR, but they had the luxury. This is one of the few rounds where we have not seen Renegades fight for mid, and that lack of presence in middle is what gave that strategy for MIBR such strength. They were allowed to stay in middle, set up, walk into connector, all without being seen, and just deliver that knockout punch, that uppercut towards the A bomb site. It's such a weak, tenuous defense when there's a lot of players coming through connector. If your main point of contact to defend against that is the player in dark underneath the balcony,
yeah,
that's a tough scenario to be in.
But it's also slightly absurd, right? Because the power of everything that Gratisfaction was doing on the B-bomb side, like all the information he was getting and how far up he was, it's like that is exactly what should allow them to stop that kind of action in middle and A. So it's like they actually had all the cards, Renegades. They just somehow didn't quite make it work.
4th timeout for MIBR.
I mean, if they can get back and have a first half at it here, it's worth it, right?
I don't know. That's a long time to go without having Zeus's input. And I know from his time in Liquid, that's something that he's frequently been frustrated about, is when it gets late into the game, when it gets deep in, when it gets to 30 rounds, when it gets to overtime, and he's not able to actually call a timeout and have any input.
Yeah,
I
mean, I can see
know that's
that.
personally been frustrating for him in the past. So here we go.
But I guess they just need to break the economy, right? Like if they can't do that, then there isn't even going to be a second half. So
it's a fair point.
Just have to. If they have a timeout here and they can mentally focus enough and have a good strategy to win a round, it could be a setup for B. It doesn't have to be all in yet, but jumping, and they run for it straight away. Down on the low ground, and Taco,
no.
He's knocked out. That MP9, and now Lias, the longer he waits here, another 10 seconds, and backup is going to be there. It's a little bit slow, and they've actually smoked off everything else, and that's a great kill in transition, and Lucas will take Jacob. They're trying to fight their way in. They just say, you know what, Lias, you hide inside that smoke, and we'll kill the rest of your team. JKS at a 1 versus 2 now. No bomb plan yet. KNG spots him out, and now that's a heads-up read for JKS. That's so smart. Taking down for grenade on KNG. It's not going to kill him, but it forces him back in. JKS with the 1 versus 2, the quad kill to clutch it. And that is another heartbreaking moment. Just add to the long list here.
Yeah, they really are. JKS just destroyed them. That is a masterclass of a clutch from Mr. Savage. How brutal do you have to be? Reading the play from Fur, and you're exactly right. That was actually a really cool strategy from MIBR. Getting into the bomb site and just saying, everyone just ignore Liaz. He can do whatever he wants behind that smoke. Let's make sure no one else can get involved. But JKS is the real dagger in that round. Molotov extinguished, and JKS this time never had any idea. 1-for-1 trade up a ramp, and KNG is slowly going to slide into position.
Oh, MIBR, they're angry now. Just going for it. It almost worked that last round. If not for JKS, they would have, it would have been a lot easier. For finding Jacob, and that's a nice, nice pick off in the middle. I think it's been a little bit hit and miss in the middle for Jacob overall. Now Gratisfaction sneaking onto the bomb site. He's completely without backup. So that was him saying, I'm either having like an amazing round here or there's nothing left.
That was also MIBR, I think, just kind of throwing away the team Counter-Strike and just getting players into position and just kind of playing by intuition. Just playing by general teamwork of what's in the moment instead of having some kind of set plan to work towards. And that time it worked masterfully. They're going to get the third round, and this is the reset that we've been looking for this whole half. So MIBR, despite all the heartbreaks, all the rounds taken from them with smoke diffuse, with 1-on-2 clutches, they can still have a good half. They can still get up to 5. There's going to be no money left in the Renegades camp. Very possible for MIBR to close out these last 3 rounds of the half. Any kill Fur can get here. If he can find Liaz at the end, that's even better. That's icing on the cake. And he's heard the shot. Oh, and he doesn't see it towards Catwalk, but he doesn't like that fight because he's not exactly sure where it is. He just backs away. So they'll survive with the SMG. It's nothing crazy. And Renegades have to decide if they want to invest here or wait for the last round of the half.
Wow, very late to come back into the half here for MIBR, but if they can get the last 2 rounds in, if they can make it 10-5, they're still in it. They can still fight. Remember, Renegades do normally have a very cool T side on Mirage, so it definitely won't be easy no matter what here. But they've broken the economy. I mean, they've started to get some of the things down that should make this all a lot more doable. And a full investment in this round for Renegades. MP9s, Scouts, and a Deagle. Ooh, and a leg shot. The grenade, I don't think it's going to go quite far enough. Actually, we'll do a fair bit of damage. And Lucas even joining up to party in the connector. Also taking some. There's a Gratisfaction shot onto Lucas. And we'll go down. Jacob. Smoke. Are they going to respect it? I guess they will. They'll pick up the Krieg and go for a fight. And he almost takes down Taco. Now they've taken a lot of damage, even with the man advantage. It's a bit scary.
Yeah, they're finding the kills, though, which is amazing. Oh, what a shot from Fur. No HP. He had to hit it. And that opens up a route to the B bomb site. Jacob's got to respect it. And they just have to split. They do not have the arsenal to go for any kind of a retake. And Renegades might just get punished for this buy in round 14. Nice shot, and that's the bomb as well. Following it up with Gratisfaction. He's somehow still holding on with just a scout. Almost finding Fallen through the box. The flick over does it. Into a 2-on-2, and this has gotten scrappy. MIBR, they are going to bank on the fact that Renegades think that they'll stay They'll stay huddled up together in a 2-on-2, and the B bomb site is going to be wide open, but Jacob's going to get this kill. Oh my god, maybe not. Taco somehow slips away. 11 HP.
I can't even believe it. The bomb goes down on the other side, and Jacob, he's got no kit, no smoke, no nothing. He's going to have to run for it to even get there in time, and KNG's holding this, and that's a kill every single time. Another round for MIBR as they get a step closer. It was a very scary round. They could have gone horribly wrong, but 10-4, and they're going to the round number 15. Again, the money is completely busted up for Renegades. We get to see a max 7. Doesn't happen all the time.
They've got nothing. But I mean, this is just how fortunate they've been throughout this half. Their money has been on this edge for the entire time. It was, and MIBR finally did it. They did what Renegades could never do on Train. They finally took all the money away, and this is the difference from Train being that 12-3 half in the favor of MIBR to on Mirage. Yeah. Now that MIBR have accomplished it, they've got a real shot at 5-10.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, this Train could have been something like this,
This
right?
is the exact scenario we outlined on the previous map.
Happening now. JKS, that's a nice win with the CZ. Close range with the other one as Taco goes down. And now 5 versus 3, and those are just some individual. But did they get smoked off in the middle of that push? I'm not sure. It seemed like they wanted to commit, but it kind of didn't.
I'm not sure why it was only just one player going through, but the Mag 7, ooh, it missed its first shot. It lands on the second, but still. Information is there, opens up the escape route. MIBR still in a really difficult position. No smokes, 2 flashes, an HE, and a Molotov. KNG's in Palace. I think he's going to be a lot of the power.
You have to think the round would have been over if Fallen had one down there. Might still be as it gets some great headshots, and KNG, he needed his team to stay alive down there, and they just weren't able to win the fight. Now he's out, and there's one guy right underneath him. He's so much sloughed down.
Oh dear.
Might not have seen. That might have been a resolution issue there. JKS will take down KNG, and that's 11-4 in the first half in favor of Renegades.
Ooh, that one hurts. MIBR got the reset they wanted, but couldn't get up to 5. That's painful. Nice job from Renegades to take away that last round. They've stole so many. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we have the conclusion of this series.
Welcome back. Last half of this series, which has been, filled with a lot of chaos and a lot of madness. We've not been aboard throughout this. They've kept us entertained. And now we're going to need to see some magic out of MIBR. They're down 11-4. Oh, sorry, yeah, 11-4, I guess. And I don't know what it'll take. They almost did, like you said, they really did take away the economy. They really had, they had everything to try and at least build a decent first half. It can be done.
It's doable. It's going to be very difficult, and you almost feel like, it can't be like Train, it can't be like Inferno, where Renegades gets off to a decent start, and then the other team is just, or like one team gets off to a decent start, and then the other team is just playing catch up. I think they need to challenge from the get-go.
No kits, no smokes, no grenades. MIBR just saying.
And a retake strategy on the A bomb site, so they need kills as it comes in.
They're saying, Lucas, you're going to get at least 3 kills. Just tap them right in the face when they show up. A little bit there, he's trying. There's the first one on Jacob, and he's going to get a chance to reload falling back. So if you are going to go for a retake, it's always nice to be a man up early. And there's a second kill for Lucas, dropping Lias. The bomb is down, sure, but now they're all going to be running into the bomb site. Gratification. Oh, someone else checked. He wanted to be very clever. He was probably already twiddling that mustache a little bit in anticipation of what was to come. Maybe the more excited he gets, the more the mustache just twirls on its own. Like it
just curls. It's like a mood mustache.
Yeah, it's got like a life of its own. Regardless, good round from MIBR.
Yeah, well, good round from Lucas in Renegades. If you're going to challenge, it feels like if you're going to challenge CT spawn in that fashion when you have the smoke wall up towards stairs and jungle, you might as well just be pushing and really force him off that angle and really go challenge him. But they let him have the safety of re-peeking at those stairs a number of times, and he was never in a whole lot of danger dueling against the Glocks at that range. AK and Krieg picked up by the Renegade side. Decent amount of utility as well. 4 smokes, 2 flashes, and a Molotov, and all 5 players towards the A bomb site. They'll be tested again. Lucas and Fur will be the initial defense.
Look at Fallen and KNG saying, yeah, we're not going to have any grenades really, but these orgs, like, you know, they're what's going to beat the AK and the Krieg potentially. Wanting to not fall to that kind of tricks. Or that kind of trick. It's going to be Lucas now close to the ramp. He's not really got anyone that could easily... Fur now getting in the position to maybe flash him in, but they peek before that happens. I think Fur was heading in that direction for that very reason. But that's a bit of a sad kill coming in if you're on the MIBR side there. You maybe needed more than that. Fur goes down afterwards, and now it's a 3 versus 4.
Now that lack of utility might hurt. The headshots from those Kriegs are really dishing out a lot of pain and suffering. And there's one from the M4. Gratisfaction almost managing it. Fallen adds 1 more kill, all down to this flank on Taco. If this cannot be impactful and JKS is turned for it, we know he's quick, but 2 HP, he's got to be perfect, and he is. Fallen has to back off. He had a kit, but couldn't get into play. And that hurts again. The Renegades just keep, every time MIBR feels like they're getting back into this game, it's just another dagger in the back.
It is. Like, we've seen some heartbreaking games, you know, in our time. This one's up there.
It is just, I mean, it continues to be a mirror match of the train we just watched where, I mean, it's not going to matter in hindsight like a couple days from now, but train was so close considering how many times MIBR could be reset. This has been so close, and how many times, 3 smoke diffuses, a crazy one-on-one clutch from Gratisfaction, a crazy 1 versus 2 in the B bomb site for JKS. Now this round snatched away as well. MIBR, it feels like they can't really endure much more.
No, you know.
Like, I don't think they're going to be upset at more than usual at a loss, but they cannot survive in this particular series with many more of these.
No, there's a limit to everybody, right? I agree. I don't think they're going to be wildly upset, you know, in the grand scheme, but just when you're so close all the time, you'd love to be able to take that last step and actually get fully back in the game. 12-5. They have an Org and a Scout and some 5-7s and a Deagle, and just unfortunate timing for Fur. He had the idea, but he's going to get taken out, and that's the Org.
That's in a place where it really cannot be recovered. Full mid control goes over to Renegades. MIBR don't have a whole lot with which they can fight. Taco's got a lot to do with this 5-7. He's got to kill Liaz, and he's got to have an impact when they eventually take it. KNG can only get the 1. This has to be a frag for Taco, and he misses the mark. B bomb site is lost, although the bomb isn't quite there yet, so there's still a little bit of time that can be recovered, and Lucas flanking the B bomb site is a new element of danger that we didn't see before. Good shot from Fallen, and he's gonna, he almost transitions over.
It really looked like he was about to have that headshot, didn't it?
That would have been nasty. The stuff of dreams. Unfortunately, Lucas, Azza's going to come check this immediately. Even though he tucks himself into the corner, I don't think you can win. He's got good damage. He's got the opening kill.
They should not be fighting him. There's just no point. Chances are he's not going to win the fight with the pistol at this range, but, you know, if you happen to hit like a perfect headshot, there's no good point in giving him the one-on-one. So they win anyway, Renegades, 13-5. And who's on top of the scoreboard with 23? That's JKS. And just 8 deaths. Yeah, we talked about him in the beginning.
No surprises there. He's a beast. He's been playing so well this year. And MIBR, unfortunately, They're going to want to fight for this one, but they can't. They don't have the money for it. They don't have the funds. They're going to have to rely on a huge comeback from 5 to 14, or they went around with USPs the way Renegades did on Train.
Yeah, now would certainly be the time for it. That would be a real miracle. JKM jumping down. He's certainly given them a chance to pick up at least something, but Gratisfaction will take it away. They had more people there than even I was realizing. And Lucas down by Shadow. JKS is at least thinking about that idea. And they're just paused all across the map. They're waiting. Lucas, I think he's aware, so gonna slowly backing out. And now he's out in the open and found. Another kill to add to his score. And they take a step closer, 14-5. The last stand, the last chance here for MIBR, really, unless they can start to build an economy, in which case maybe they can do something else, but this is it.
Even this timeout feels like almost a luxury given over to MIBR. Remember, they used all 4 of theirs in the first half, and they only managed to get 4 rounds out of it. Renegades calling one here just to make sure that they're on the same page, that they're ready to close this game out as quickly as possible, close out this series, move on to the loser bracket final. That'd be against
just because of the economy, it's such a struggle to watch it because, you know, no kits, just no grenades at all. We saw that had an impact in the last round even. They've got so few tools to try and fight this with. Smoke and actually some spray through. I was even wondering if they just wanted to try and beat it because the smoke went a little bit far. I think they might even be able to find some space on the other side. KNG trying to take that fight, and he did a lot of damage to Gratisfaction.
I think Renegades is tired of his position as well. They've sent Ozza to come clear this out. The Molotov, you imagine a pop flash going to come in afterwards. Oh, KNG's going to be frustrated. That made him burn just a little bit. He turns from the flash, but Ozza's got the angle. That Molotov it jumped.
Yeah, I haven't seen that happen very many times.
That's a desk slamming moment.
I think absolutely, yeah.
Well, here comes the smoke. Lucas is going to be under a lot of pressure. Fallen is still up in Palace. He can be a nuisance. They haven't spotted him yet. He's got to bide his time, but he's also got to measure how much pressure Lucas is under before he makes his position known. Here comes the peek. It's got Liaz. His attention is turned. He needs that kill. Fallen still surviving, and Lucas adds one on top.
Azur and Liaz, 2 versus 3 here. They've broken the hearts of MIBR many, many times. And here's a chance for one last one. Liaz peeking into middle. Fallen now coming out of the ups a little bit with the FAMAS. He's waiting for the rest of his team. As Taco goes down, Liaz is dropped by Lucas and Molotov onto the bomb. That's so cruel. They don't even have a kit. They can't afford to waste this kind of time. I think they still just might have it, but they're going to have to go straight on it afterwards. And Azur, he's waiting and just counting the seconds. MIBR, they're trying to look for him. They get close and they do take him down.
I don't think they got it.
But there's no time.
Not even close. They spent...
Smoke diffuses and now Molotovs on bomb. One of the most heartbreaking series I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
16-5.
That individual map was just like this. The pistol round smoke diffuse was like they tore the heart out, and then everything after that was just stomping on it repeatedly over and over and over and over. And a 16-5 victory for Renegades. They're going to move on. They'll face Furia in the lower bracket final. What a good showing. What a great series. The scores are going to be deceptive when you look at it. Yeah. When you look at the results. But those are some very, very cool maps, Terrain and Mirage, that were played here between these two teams. Inferno, a little bit more of a stomp in the favor of Renegades. But the last two maps, very, very entertaining and very close.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to even sum up, right? Like, I agree. If you just look at the score afterwards on HLTV, you say, like, oh, what was it? You think, maybe that's not a match I want to rewatch. But actually, it was a cool match.
Yeah, I like both of them, and I mean, fair play to Renegades. That's another impressive performance. As if this team needs to keep impressing us. They don't really need to, but they just keep reminding us that they're here, and they're a top team moving forward, and they're still very much just despite coming. This is where this format gets so much fun, because this could be a very epic loser bracket run for them, coming all the way through this, and then they'll have Furia next, and then potentially Fnatic or EG, and then going into the grand final. Like there's some very much there's a lot of cool things coming in the future. Speaking of cool things coming in the future, we've got Paula.
We have me with AZR. Aaron, you just mentioned something to me before. Is it AZ? I said AZR.
Yeah, get out of it, bro. It's Azur.
Azur, yeah. All right, apologies. You just mentioned to me before we went live with the interview that you're still feeling a bit jet lagged.
Yeah, I'm still jet lagged. I was up at 4:30 in the morning, so right now I'm feeling pretty tired. So, yeah.
Nonetheless, yourself and your team still performing to a very high level. Inferno T side, walk me through it. You did fantastically.
Everything pretty much worked for us. I think we were more on point and we had the reads on them. They constantly kept stacking 3 towards B and we read that pretty well. So we just kept coming out A and it was pretty easy. So the first map went pretty strong for us, but coming into train, they really fought back. So yeah.
They definitely did fight back, but there was one round which was absolute chaos where you guys were on pistols and they were pushing to the B side. They rotated back to A and you managed to pull it out. I can't remember which player it was, but you stopped the plant. Can you remember that round and explain it to us?
Is this on Inferno?
No, on train.
I can't remember, bro.
No problem, but it was a crazy round, and it just showed that in those difficult moments, your team can still rise to the occasion. Now, going into the final map, it was you that closed the game out in a 1 versus 2, and Aaron, all it took was a molly, mate. Yeah. How was that final round for you?
Yeah, felt pretty good. I think they were just running around for a kid or something like that, so yeah, not really much to it, to be honest.
Well, now, Aaron, you've guaranteed yourself a top 4 placement, and your next opponent will be Furia in the lower bracket grand final. Yep. What do you think about them as opponents?
I think they're pretty good, to be honest. They have a lot of insane aggressive strats, and they're one of those teams, like, you know it's coming, but they do it anyway, and they just shoot you in the head. So hopefully this time we'll be ready for it. Well, we versed them last time, probably about, I think it was ESL Cologne, where they absolutely tramped us with all this stuff. But I think we're feeling a lot better now, and heading into today's game, we'll prepare and feeling pretty confident heading into it.
Awesome to chat, as always. Thank you very much for your time. Would you like to say anything to the Australian, New Zealand, Oceanic fans out there?
Cheers to everyone cheering for us. It means the world to us, and yeah, cheers.
Cheers. Up the boys. My name's Parla. He's been Azur, and we'll head back to the deck.